I asked Claire to speak to the foundation because she was involved in a lot of our grants that we received from the foundation. She first participated in Team Time when she was in first and second grade, which was a grant to get equipment in duffel bags for our students with large classes. We had 120 students come to the gym at one time. And she was just phenomenal, always on task and following directions. And then in fifth grade, we received a grant to help with heart monitors in a fitness music lab. And once again, Claire shined and was always on task, wearing the heart monitors and just doing a fantastic job. And the data showed how hard she worked, and that's one of the reasons I asked her, because she was just always that stellar student in my physical education classes. Then I received a grant for special education funds to buy equipment for my students with special needs to modify equipment. And once again, she comes back from the junior high, and she's a volunteer, and now she's participating with the students, helping them with the modified equipment that the foundation purchased. But it doesn't stop there. We went to Camp Casey, and Claire is now volunteering in high school, and we have geocaching that she was helping our students with, and that was also purchased by the foundation. Plus, we brought our equipment that was modified, and I can't say enough wonderful things. Claire just kept coming back in my life and coming back through with the grants the foundation was offering, and it's just gone through our path so many times. I had asked her to speak, and then when I found out how other things had helped her, like the robotics, I was just blown away. So anyway, I love you, and I'm just so glad that you're in my life and that the foundation helped us. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Claire Mortimer. I am so honored to be speaking to all of you today. I would like to share with you my personal educational experience in the Northshore School District, as it has developed into my lesson plan for life. When I was in the 4th grade at Woodmore Elementary, I was beginning to find it very challenging to keep up with the rest of my peers during the reading and math sections of our day. That soon became apparent to my teacher. After many hours spent on a battery of tests, I was diagnosed with a significant learning disability and put on an individual education plan, also known as an IEP. I was in the 4th grade, reading at about a 1st grade level. To say the least, school was a struggle. I began going to special classes for reading and math in the Learning Center during the regular school day. I also spent many hours working on extra assignments at home with my parents to improve my reading skills. In 5th grade, I started attending the before-school reading program in the Learning Center. 4 days a week, I would go into school an hour early and receive help with reading and homework. I continued this through 6th grade. It was this same year I took my first actual science class, and we were introduced to the robot program purchased through grants from the Northshore Schools Foundation. It was such a great program for me personally and for many of my classmates. My teacher had a lesson plan for my class, and it became the roadmap for me of how I would approach my most challenging academic subjects. In working with these robots, I gained new knowledge of my learning abilities that would benefit my reading comprehension, my math computation, and the overall science process. I was assigned to be the leader of my group, which gave me a certain confidence I needed that I had never had before. The program was also really hands-on, which allowed me to discover trial and error, a skill that carried over into math. It made me not afraid to fail and was rewarding because I knew I could eventually get the right answer. Being able to come up with our own robot design, I was in control of how and why this thing worked. This helped me reach an understanding of the true meaning of science and the different variables to create success. Then it was on to Northshore Junior High, and, as if that transition wasn't already hard enough, I still hadn't fully caught up with the rest of my peers. Now it was really time to kick it into high gear and use those skills I had learned from the robots. I wanted to be in classes with the rest of my friends, When the year started, I was enrolled in Learning Center English and math classes. As they got underway, I began to excel in my math class and was soon moved into the Learning Assistance Program, also known as the LAP program. As for English, I ended the year at the top of my class and was taken off my IEP. This was a huge deal, and I would begin my 8th grade year enrolled in all regular classes. No more LAP or Learning Center for me. Something had just clicked. I was finally getting it. I was learning and comprehending concepts better than ever. I enjoyed being in regular English and math classes, and I felt like I fit in. Through the lesson plans from the robot program, I had learned how to learn. After a solid 9th grade year, when I earned all A's and B's, I was voted Vice President of Honor Society. When it was time to sign up for classes at Inglemoor High School, I decided to register for pre-IB English and History. I knew this would be a challenge, seeing as I had never taken any honors classes and had just recently been taken off an IEP, but I was determined to do this. After my first year at Inglemoor High School, completing these IB classes, I felt such a sense of accomplishment. I couldn't believe I had not only gotten through honors classes, but I also enjoyed them. For my junior year, I decided to see what the AP program was all about and signed up for English and U.S. History. After the first day of class, I can remember coming home and telling my mom how excited I was to be in these classes, and I just knew that the building blocks I'd been creating since 6th grade would come in handy once again. I would be confident in my analysis of a book, I wouldn't be afraid to get the wrong answer, and I would trust the process and know the many variables it takes to come to the correct answer. I've had a lot of time to reflect back on my educational experience as a whole. I would like to share with you one of my favorite quotes from Mary Kay Ash. For every failure, there's an alternative course of action. You just have to find it. When you come to a roadblock, take a detour. Thinking back to 4th grade and how far I've come as a student makes me so grateful for all of the wonderful teachers that I have had and all of the extra time and resources they have given me through their lesson plans. But I also know that my teachers could not have done this without you. The donations that you make to the Northshore Schools Foundation have really helped me, and that is why I am here today, to help the many other students in my shoes. Thank you.
My name is Carmen Delzell, and I'm the Executive Director of the Northshore Schools Foundation. And we are so honored to have Claire share with us today. Claire is one example of the extraordinary youth that graduate and move through the Northshore School District. The Schools Foundation is so proud to be a part of each of these students' lives. We're here supporting those kids in all their classrooms in ways that they never even knew. We're the science kits in the elementary schools, we're the books in the libraries, we're the equipment's in the gym, and we're in all places. And you never even think about it, and that's the point. Claire is a really, really special girl. But the truth is, all of our students are incredibly special, and we want to support them in becoming their best, most awesome kid they can ever be. So that's why we do this, and we want you to make a difference too. There are 19,000 students in the district, 6,000 teachers, and each one makes a difference. And you can too by becoming a 365 Club member with the Northshore Schools Foundation. $1 a day makes you part of our club and makes us on their team so that they can make a difference in the world. Thank you so much. We appreciate your gift. Northshore Schools Foundation, where we enhance the learning of all Northshore students.